Hello everybody, this is Serpent, and welcome back to another episode in Dungeonstalker. In the last episode, we sort of cut off at an awkward point, so I'm going to roll the footage from that. I believe we stopped off. I was trying to figure out what to replace some of the clay with, the hardened clay, and I shall start the video from there. Alright, let's go. Alright, so I just replaced it with a little bit more clay. Not entirely happy with it. But I think it's better. We can always change it again just by doing the same command. Now, I want to, before I forget the block palette, fill up this area because I think the whole ravine should stop right here. It's a little bit shorter than I would like, but whatever. Alright, so I need to make this brush, and okay, so we have that block palette brush, and we took out this and replaced it with clay. And then the packed ice we replaced with stone. Okay. Oh yeah, and then sphere. Sphere, and maybe 10? Alright, let's try this. It's like construction foam that you spray into the into the cracks to fill them up. Oh, that was badly done. Alright. It's actually fairly satisfying. Okay, so we have a bottom now for our ravine, and what do we want to do with it? Oh, no, not that one. I said... Oh, okay. It was just a bad place. Never mind. So, what do we want to do with it? Really? Huh. I think we should have it be a little bit tighter than what we do currently have it as. There we go. As in a thinner bottom, or at least more rough. Something like that. Yeah. Oh, not that one though. Maybe I need a smaller one as well. Let's make 5. Nah, that sort of just failed. Anyway, I'll fill in a little bit more of this stuff. But first, we should move on to whatever I was thinking of. Last time I was focused, we were probably thinking about something. Let's go back to that. Those were happier times. Okay, so yeah, we want to fill it in a little, make it a little bit tighter. But that would require a lot of sphering. And that leaves that leaves spheres as evidence. So we'll try and smooth it, I guess, but I'm sort of wary of the smooth tool. I haven't tried it yet. Don't know how it's going to muck up this. Let's see. Not as bad as I was thinking. There are problems, but it really is not as bad as I was assuming it would be. What if we do this? No, that's a problem. Let's get a small brush, maybe 1, and just try and fill these in a little bit naturally. So if we do some of the smoothers work for it, then it's going to hopefully mess things up less. That's the idea. Okay, I'm going to try it again. Yeah, not bad. And again. Oh, that one's a little bit more bad. Not morbid, more bad. Is that really what it was? I somehow doubt it. Oh, no, it was. But this thing is just so messed up that when I did that part, it messed it up further. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more of this. It's sort of slow, painful work, but it'll probably make things less painful. Enough less painful that it's worth it. Alright, I've been filling a lot of holes. So over here is where I've already been. And even there are still a couple holes left. But over there is where I haven't been. So you can see that there is quite a difference. Now, once I finish filling most of these, I'm going to consider it safe to try the smoother again. And even if it isn't safe to try the smoother again, I'll sort of do it anyway. But I can always undo it. Yeah. Ooh. Anyway, I've just been doing a lot of this. Okay, I have it. Took a while. Also, I want to turn this all to good stuff. Yeah. Oh, whatever. I'll just make it all clay. It's less work. Anyway, I want to try and do that smoothing now, but first I am going to make a backup of this world in case this just goes miserably awry. Okay, so now I am going to try and smooth this thing. Whoa, what's that? Huh. Oh, that's it trying to make a smooth drop down to this hole. Okay. Nice chunk error there. Let's try and smooth it then. Alright. That worked out well. There are a couple nicks, just a couple there and a little bit there. But that made it better, generally. And that... yeah. Now that one did not. There's that little ring. I can get rid of that without too much trouble though. Alright. I'll work on that then. So I have done a lot of filling. There were a lot of holes to plug. However, we have that done now, and I have picked a starting location right here. So I've been thinking for a little while now. I was trying to figure out how I'm going to keep these players on the right track. So I want them to be clambering up and down this slope, ideally up at the top. And I want them to not go down to the bottom because there's nothing interesting there. And I want them to not bridge straight across to the finish line if I put it here, which I do plan to. So I was going to initially put down some tracks here, some dark oak slab tracks or something. But that would totally defeat the purpose of building this cool terrain if we're just going to put a path over it, and I didn't want to do that. So I think what we're going to do is make it so that the players have to do this sort of thing, and then face the terrors of not having anywhere to go over to the left. But then if you get shot off or bumped off, you fall down a little. I think that's going to be pretty fun. But I do want to cause some movement up and down a little, so there's going to be some chests up and down, just to spread their concentration. And then I also wanted to make it sort of a track all the way around, so that would mean blocking them from just bridging straight across. So I'm going to put in a barrier wall through the middle up to about here, and that way they won't be able to cross. Also, just a side note, I'm going to be boxing all of these places in just so you can't dig from one to another. I'm going to box them in with bedrock around the edges here, and then down at the bottom, and I'll put some barrier blocks on the top layer. I don't think it'll change the look of these things at all, but it will make it will make things a little bit more easy to police or something. It'll make things work better. So I'll be doing that at some point. But first, I do want to put in this this wall. So probably here is good, right? I guess I should do it down in the corner here. So on the good news here, this should work because this is a very long, straight area right here. Also, it needs to be down at the bottom. I'll just dig down over here. Okay, so is this the middle? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, this place is very it's very straight and long. So, oh, I think I've just lost my position. Nope, that's all clear. So yeah, it's very straight and long, so I shouldn't have to put any curves or anything into the wall. Alright. I just need to make sure I'm not out of line. Okay, so this thing is, I think, right. Okay. And plop. Okay, so we have the selection. Now if we do replace air barrier. So are there a bunch of barrier blocks here? There are. Alright then, oh wait. Okay, so what is this? It's, okay, good, it's one thick. And it goes all the way down to the bottom, filling in all our spaces, looks like. Oh. Well, that's easy enough to fix. And like that. And then like that. Okay. So they can dig under that or around it, but oh, I mean that's true, they can dig under it or around it, but I'm not going to put a big hole straight through the middle here. So we're just going to we're just going to put that minor dissuasion in, and then assume that they won't abuse their massive digging powers. So I don't want to make any of this too set out. Like I was saying earlier, if I put a path down, it's going to just take away the point of this terrain. But I want them to have some place to follow, something they're being led along. And I think a block that would go well for that might be concrete of some sort. I mean, if we replaced some of these... Nah, not really. Concrete does not look good in a natural setting. What a surprise. What does then? We could cobble, or we could use cobble. that's not bad. No, that's not bad at all. Okay, I will lead the path along with cobble, and then along the path I also want some torches because that's still not extraordinarily distinguishable. So I will put some oak fences, or maybe dark oak fences. I like dark oak. I will put dark oak fences with torches along the length of this. Yeah, I mean it's simple, but looks pretty nice nonetheless. So I've plotted out the path right here. It's just some stone all the way around, and you can pretty easily tell where it is. It's easier with a computer monitor and probably not on YouTube, but you can actually tell. And then of course there are these things. I was just about to fill them in with torches right now. I decided to use the redstone ones though, because the other ones give off too much light. It's like giving them free work or free already doneness of the map, and that can't be contended with. So I'm just about to fill these all in, and hopefully it'll look pretty good when I'm done. So another thing I wanted to do with this map, or with this level, is as you enter it, I want to set the time to night, although I think that's already going to be done. But I want to set the time to night, and I want to set the weather to thundery and lightningy, and maybe even I want some lightning spawners, just dotted around the place that will spawn lightning in this area. So I think it would be really cool to have it a stormy, snowy, well, I guess not snowy because it doesn't snow here, but so a stormy, violent valley of death. So how does this look in time set 16,000 and weather rain? Yeah, that's pretty neat. I like that a lot. And then if there was lightning, it would be even better. So that is actually almost everything we need to do in this map. The only thing I wanted to do that's left in the actual physical shaping of the map is put in those ice block things. So I'm going to give this one a spherical brush, and maybe, yeah, I think ice, and then packed ice, and then maybe a radius of 1, I think, right? Yeah. Okay. So, this will make little clumps of ice, but that gets a little bit big. I'm just wondering how to shape them properly, because that's basically the shape I want. And I guess that didn't take too long. I might as well just do it that way. Not bad, huh? It's going pretty well. I've put in a bunch of little ice cube ones, and I'm going to keep most of them as little ice cubes and not actual icicles, like the big ones over there and there. But I'm going back and gradually turning some of them into icicles, which is working pretty well. It's actually surprisingly easy to make a nice shape with these. I've not spent a lot of time on any of them, and they all look pretty good. I was sort of surprised at how easy it actually is, which sounds maybe a little conceited, but no, I'm actually serious. It's not difficult. You just spam the thing in a certain direction, and it will fill up in a nice shape. There we go. I mean, that one's a little bad, but just as long as we fatten it up a little there. That one activated too many times. Yeah, I mean, it's not as good as the other ones, but whatever. It's pretty good. I think we need a little bit more ice cubage right here, but other than that, it's actually pretty much done at this point. That looks pretty cool. So, on from that, there is one more thing I wanted to do this episode. So, I want it to be lightning-y, right? But normal lightning speed doesn't really cut it for what I want to do. So I'm going to try and make some make some lightning rods that just create lightning. And I'm going to put the redstone for it in here. So the plan here is to have a couple commands running at all times, or just when someone's teleported here, actually. When you've just pressed the button there. When you do that, I want it to. Well, maybe we'll work on the trick. That might not work. I've already found a problem. But anyway, if you so when this thing is running, I want it to periodically strike lightning on stuff. And we're going to have spawners in there that will spawn things that instantly die, and then something spawns lightning on the corpse. Aha! So bats didn't really work, and that was just because they have to be spawned in the dark and under something. So I've moved on to arrows, and I'm going to try and give them a custom potion effect. For a long time there, I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working, because none of the arrows at all had any potion effects whatsoever. And then I realized that in Optifine, I had potion particles turned off. So that probably helped a little. So we now have an arrow spawner here. Hold on. There we go. We now have an arrow spawner here that spawns arrows with resistance. So then I have a command here, which doesn't work, and it will add the it will tag the arrows with this effect, I think. Yeah, at E type equals arrow, add lightning, active effects, ID equals 11B. Now, this ought to be custom potion effects. Like that. Also there, no longer shiny for some reason. There we go. There we go. Yes. Okay. So now we can you can go away for the moment. Now we can go to here and paste that command in here, and then in this one, whenever that activates, we will summon lightning bolt, or yes, summon lightning bolt at E type equals arrow, tag equals lightning arrow. Like that. I think that's right. Okay. And then after that, I will conditional again, /kill at E type equals arrow, tag equals lightning arrow. Okay. It's always scary putting something like this in a command block with the /kill type /kill at E command, especially when you hook it up to a repeating command block. It's rather nerve-wracking. Okay, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Oh! Ooh. I don't see arrows left behind either. Okay, come on. Spawn again. I need to up the spawn rate. Or, well, probably not, but I need to, because there's going to be more than one of them in the actual thing. So this is a fine spawn rate for that, just hard for testing. Man, these spawners do take a long time, don't they? Oh, yes. It works perfectly so far. Let's see, does it kill all arrows now? Nope. Excellent. It works. Nice. I want to add a... no, I don't want to add a... Never mind. I was going to add a spawn limit so that only one could spawn at a time, but pack spawns of lightning bolts is still pretty cool. Now, the only thing I'm worried about here is that I've wasted a lot of time and that I could have actually just put a spawner for lightning bolts down, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't work. I tried it. So I want to take this this idea here, the spawner of loveliness, and I will spread it over to that thing, and then basically just put a bunch of those spawners everywhere in there, maybe on top of those icicles in particular. I think that would be cool, lightning bolts striking around the icicles. So something else that I wanted to add quickly to this command is I wanted to increase the radius at which you can activate this thing, because you don't want the lightning bolts spawning just when you're this close to the command block, or spawner I mean. But you do want a wide berth, so maybe even when you're over here they can spawn. Oh, actually I could have just one spawner in the middle with a really wide one. No, I think that's just asking for trouble. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm just going to add a required player range tag, and it will be set to 40 blocks. 50 blocks. 60 blocks. Okay. Wait, what? Huh? What am I doing? There, 60 blocks. And then that also requires max nearby entities to be set. And I will put that to 2. Okay, I think that works. Let's copy that. Oh. I didn't see where that one landed. But yeah, that worked. So I will put that back in and control click that. Name it. And save the toolbar. Okay, so I've set that one down. I've set a couple other things in it, mainly the spawn range. So what was happening earlier when I used the previous one was that I think the lightning bolts were spawning in the entire range you could be, and I wasn't seeing any of them, so I've changed it now to that. And I've set the spawn range to 30, I think. Might be slightly different. It's either 30 or 20, I can't quite remember. But yeah, there we go. Okay, look at this. I've changed it to in-ground 1B. I'll remove that quickly and show you what happens. So this is what it used to be. See, the arrow never actually goes anywhere. It's getting turned into lightning as soon as it exists. So what I've done with the in-ground 1B is the lightning only appears once the arrows hit the ground. Now that's important for our thing here, because it's best if the why am I not seeing these? Anyway, it's best if the lightning appears when it's best if the lightning appears and hits the ground as opposed to existing only in the sky. Now, why am I not seeing any of this lightning? Wait. Hold on. Uh-huh. Okay. So, /summon Minecraft lightning bolt. At huh. You'd think that would you'd think that would work, but apparently apparently not. So I guess /execute at e type equals arrow tag equals, like, I think it's lightning arrow. And yeah, that, and then summon. Then the summon command. Execute commands are weird. Then the summon command. I think lightning. Huh? Weird. No autocorrect. That probably means I'm doing it wrong. /summon lightning bolt. There. Okay. Oh, no, I did it right. I'm amazing. Yes. So cool. That one, I guess, was out of render distance, maybe? I don't know. What happens if I shoot it straight down? I can't see that one. I can see most of them. Maybe that one just really was out of range. Yeah, I guess so. Actually, there might be a setting in Optifine somewhere where you can set the particle render distance. I just didn't assume that the well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Lightning bolts are entities, and entities can only be seen up to a certain range. All right, my confusion is satisfied. Okay, I have put down spawners on top of all the thingies. So, let's, what is it? Weather. Okay, let's put out the fires. And then, what is it? Oh yeah, time set. Time set 1600 or 1000. Nothing's happening. Oh, there we go. Why did that not work? Oh. That was weird. Am I lagging? I don't think so. Look at that. It's working. I do notice that the fires are melting the ice. Oh. What? Wait, do I have to be in range of the arrows or something? So the the command block that spawns the lightning is over there, and I'm not loading it. I get it. Alright. Well, in that case, I will simply take this thing from over here and put it over there as well. Or no, I'm just going to put it down here somewhere. So that no matter where you are in the map, it's going to be loaded. That seems like a smarter option. However, unfortunately, that's about all the time I have for today. This is great. However, unfortunately, that is all the time I have for today, so hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I shall see you in the next one. One more strike. Take care. Bye-bye.